Si no la comparto.
¿Puedes? Okay, so we can start. Well, I'm going to introduce myself. First of all, I'm Cristina Valero, the project manager of Investmed at the European Institute of the Mediterranean, one of the 9 partners of the consortium participating in this project. So I will present also the other partners of this Investmed project. So we have the lead partner, which is BUSINESSMED, Union of the Mediterranean Confederation of Enterprises from Tunisia, EMEA, the Euro-Mediterranean Economists Association. We have also Beyond Reform and Development from Lebanon, Institute of Entrepreneurship Development from Greece, Libera Università LUMSA from Italy, Rumundu Social Promotion Association from Italy, Confederation of Egyptian European Business Association from Egypt, and the Spanish Chamber of Commerce, also based in Spain. Perfect. I will share, first of all, the agenda of this information day, which will be very short, because we will have approximately two hours. Let me share the screen, one moment. Sorry, we have some technical problems. Ya lo tienes, Antoine.
Ya puedes compartir.
Okay, so I don't know if you can see. Can you see the screen?
Yes.
Yes, perfect. So I will briefly introduce the agenda of this info day. So first of all, we will have a welcome speech, welcome words from Mrs. Jihen, the General Secretary of BUSINESSMED, the lead partner of the project, Mrs. Rima Yadi, the founder and president of the Euro-Mediterranean Economists Association, EMEA, and Mr. Roger Albiñana, the managing director of the European Institute of the Mediterranean. So after this introduction, these welcome words, my colleagues from IEMed and myself will explain the call for subgrants, what is it about, what is involved, why apply. Then my colleagues from BUSINESSMED will present the eligible criteria and the funding, so the financial aspects of the subgrant. To conclude the presentation, my colleagues from EMEA will explain how and when to apply. That's the timeline. And finally, we will have a questions and answer session, so please do not hesitate to ask any questions you might have. So also other practicities, the presentation will be broadcast on YouTube. So whenever you want, you can watch this presentation, okay, you feel necessary. Also the session will be held in English but participants will have the possibility to ask questions in both English and French. And also in this questions and answer session, we will answer in both languages. So I will also present it in French for those that understand better French. Okay. Je présente aussi l'agenda en français pour ceux qui comprennent mieux le français. Oui. Donc la journée d'information se déroule en anglais, mais le participant aura la possibilité de poser des questions en anglais et en français pendant toute la présentation, et même pour la dernière session de questions and answers, on va aussi répondre en français, il n'y a pas de souci pour ça. Donc on a un bienvenue de la part de Madame Jihen Boutiva, la secrétaire générale de BUSINESSMED, Madame Rima Yadi, la fondatrice et présidente de EMEA, Euro-Mediterranean Economist Association, et Monsieur Roger Albignana, le directeur général de l'Institut européen pour la Méditerranée. Après, on va parler de la subvention, de quoi il s'agit, de qu'est-ce qu'on attend nous de vous et pourquoi postuler. Après, mes collègues de BUSINESSMED, ils vont présenter le financement et l'éligibilité. Et pour finir la présentation, mes collègues d'EMEA, ils vont présenter quand et comment déposer le dossier. Et pour finaliser l'Info Day, on va avoir une session de questions et réponses. Donc, voilà. Mon caméra. Donc, je passe la parole à Madame Jihen. So, Jihen Boutiva, the floor is yours to present, to do this introduction, these welcome words. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Christina. I would just ask all the participants to write the initial of their countries just in front of their name. That will be useful because I saw that most of them are Tun from Tunisia. I saw 2 or 3 from Egypt. That's important for us because we are entering these 3 countries. And I know that some of the Tunisian will ask for French translations. So les francophones, si vous avez n'importe quelle question en français, les 3 équipes sont francophones, surtout par rapport aux subgrants, ils vont vous expliquer tous les détails. Donc n'hésitez pas à poser vos questions en français, and the English, if you have any question, of course, most of the presentation will be in English. So I will not take so long because I think we already lost practically half an hour. So just as Christina said, we are 9 partners of the project. BUSINESSMED is representing the business support organization and the private sector. We are operating in Tunisia, but we are working with more than 20 countries representing employers organization. So we are cooperating this grant and this the project financed by the NICBC. And we are very glad to present today the sub-grants, which is one of the best parts, I think, of the project, because we will have these grantees, we will be working with them, and at the end of the project, this is our fruitful part, because we will be giving these sub-grants and having all these regional partners like IEMed, like EMEA, Rumundo. So all the partners within the project is very important for us, and hopefully we will manage to have next year all the participants that will be winning, I think 36 sub-grants, winning these grants, and help them move forward and having this training. If there is anyone who didn't understand what I just said in the Tunisian, please raise your hands anytime. Les francophones, juste levez la main et demandez n'importe quelle question. On est, comme je disais, on a un projet régional et nous travaillons 9 partenaires. Et aujourd'hui, c'est une des parties les plus importantes du projet, qui sont les financements en cascade que nous allons fournir à 36 subgrantees qui seront expliqués en détail par nos partenaires et toute notre équipe, que ce soit au niveau financier, que ce soit au niveau descriptif. Donc, n'hésitez pas à revenir vers nous pour poser vos questions. Je laisse la parole à ma collègue Rim Ayedi.
Merci, Jihem. Thank you very much for giving me the screen and the floor. First of all, I would like to welcome you all to this Investmed subgrant calls, info days for the 3 countries, Egypt, Lebanon and Tunisia. Just a few words about our initiative, which was what Christina mentioned, led by BUSINESSMED. EMEA is one of the partners, so Investmed Project is an initiative that aims to support the micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises in these 3 countries, Egypt, Tunisia, and Lebanon, and trying to improve their competitiveness, trying to enhance their response to sustainability and sustainability transition, where the Mediterranean and many other countries are going through, but also internationalization, so more market access to Europe and also to the South Mediterranean at large, and also enhance their capacity to innovate in order to contribute and participate to sustainable, inclusive growth and development. So our approach really is to help entrepreneurs generally, and to enhance the sustainable business opportunities, particularly for young people, youth, and women. And again, in these 3 countries we mentioned. These sub-grants, they are awarding at least 36 to innovative companies, startups, and other recently established enterprises, which in fact allows youth and women to have managerial positions. So this is important, and we will give you more information today to be able to apply and to participate to this great opportunity to be part of this community of the Investmed Project. So our organization means, as I mentioned, Euro-Mediterranean Economists Association. We are a partner of this initiative, and we are a regional research organization that bridges research policy to develop new socioeconomic models.
Sorry, Rim.
Could
you please mute your microphones, please, to the other participants?
Toward a well-being and flourishing, and also to enhance cooperation, collaboration, complementarities, convergence, integration between Europe, Mediterranean, and Africa. So let me thank you all for being with us today, and I hope you will be able to contribute to this initiative, and I thank you all again. I pass the floor to my colleague, Roger.
Well, thank you very much, Rim, and I apologize for this background noise. I hope that that everybody understood the message that that you need to mute yourselves, otherwise we get interference from the background noise that you might have surrounding you. So it is also my pleasure on behalf of the European Institute of the Mediterranean to greet you all and to welcome you all into this first info session of these sub-granting schemes that we have just launched in the context of this Investmed Project. My understanding is that there will be a number of info days where we will be able to disseminate the call. Our respective teams within the consortium of the project coordinated by IEMed and by EMEA under the supervision of BUSINESSMED. We have been working with the guidelines and the design of this subgranting scheme. So we are all very excited to launch these two calls. For many of us, it's the first time that we are going to launch such a product, and we do it at a particularly uncertain time in which we are trapped between the leftovers of the economic crisis that hit our countries 6 or 7 years ago, and the COVID-19 crisis that, as you know, has been worsening in the last few days. So, being very much aware of this uncertain context, we believe that the Investmed project can actually make a difference, even if it is at perhaps not at a very large scale, but at a scale which is of utmost importance for a number of institutions that work to support cooperation within the northern and the southern Mediterranean countries. So that being said, only very few words on what we are, because I was asked to present IEMed. I think that what's most important now is to get to know the details of the various calls for proposals that we are launching, and basically how you and your startup, your micro, small and medium-sized company can actually benefit from it. But IEMed is a public consortium that works to accompany and support all kind of dynamics in the Euro-Mediterranean region. So we work not only to enhance socioeconomic cooperation, but also cooperation at the political dialogue and also at the cultural dialogue, and we do it with a number of stakeholders and in the context of managing a number of networks in many different fields. I think what is important here is that we understand that the circumstances are at the moment, especially economically speaking, are difficult. We know that, but at the same time, we are really willing to make a difference, and that's why we have been working in the last months, not only through a number of call for trainees and with some training programs, also in the context of this Investmed project, but also with these calls for proposals that we hope that they will be very successful for the 3 countries that they are targeting, namely Tunisia, Egypt, and Lebanon. So without further ado, because I know that you are all looking forward to listening to the details, the concrete details of these calls for proposals, I will now hand over the floor and the screen to my dear colleague, Christina. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Roger, and thank you also, Jihen and Rim. So we are going to start the presentation. Please raise your hands in any case, and also write down your questions for the last part of the session, so we can ask to all your questions and doubts. Perfect. So we are going to start the presentation. So as I told you, it will be held in English, but please, if you need any translation in French, let us know in the chat. So this is the Investmed Project, Call for Subgrants. As you know, it was launched last Thursday, this call. And also we will organize other information days in case you want also to attend to the next ones. In any case, today we organize the first one. So first of all, I pass the floor to my colleague Francesca, which is also working in the working package for the subgrant scheme in IEMed, in the European Institute of the Mediterranean, and she will explain what is it about, Investmed, and the call for subgrants. The floor is yours, Francesca.
Hello, Christina. Thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Well, as it has already been said, Investmed is a project funded by the European Union through the MSMED program, aimed at addressing both economic and environmental challenges facing micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises in the Mediterranean, while supporting MSMEs in improving their competitiveness, sustainability, internationalization, and capacity to innovate in order to create sustainable growth and economic development. The target subjects of this project will be young people and women in Egypt, Lebanon, and Tunisia through supporting new sustainable business opportunities. Investmed will award at least 36 subgrants to MSMEs, startups, and recently established enterprises, with preference for young people, for those with young people and or women in managerial positions. Proposals will be accepted in the green and blue economy, as well as in creative and cultural industries. So we'll leave the floor to my colleague Christina, that will explain the other part of the project.
Okay. Yes, thank you, Francesca. So what are we looking for? First of all, these 4 different goals will be distributed in 4 lots. So if any case you understand or you listen lots, so we are referring to these final objectives. So also later on, my colleague from BUSINESSMED will present the funding for each of the lots. Okay. So the eligible business ventures are those seeking startups growth to develop and implement new strategies to grow market shares and sign new commercial contracts. This will be lot number 1. New products or service to develop and launch new products or services. Those are lot number 2. Internationalization, to develop and implement internationalization strategies or business plans to enter cross-border markets. Lot number 3. And the last lot, number 4, is Ccr Projects, so Culture and Creative Industries Projects. To develop, create, produce, disseminate, and or preserve goods and services which embody cultural, artistic, or other creative expressions. Okay. Why apply? So receiving a subgrant from the Investmed Project can help your enterprise to launch and develop business initiatives, grow market share and sign new commercial contracts, enter cross-border markets, launch new products and services, benefit from tailor-made incubation and acceleration program in your country, and be part of a community of Mediterranean entrepreneurs committed to sustainable development. This community, maybe my colleagues from EMEA can share with you, because it already exists, and they can also present, they create it, and they can also present it and share with you the screens of this community. So the selected proposals will be invited to a pitch competition in your country of origin. So what does it mean, the pitch competitions? Let me explain you that. So first of all, as my colleague Francesca said, at least it will be selected 36 MSMEs. So these are the last number of the selection, at least 36 projects or MSMEs. Well, so this means that it has 2 stages. So the first stage, an evaluation committee will select at least 72, so the double. Okay, at least 72 MSMEs. These MSMEs will be invited to a pitch competition, which is the second stage of the selection. So in this pitch competition that it will be celebrated in your countries, after that, we will have the final selection of MSMEs. Okay, so just to let you understand how it works. So we have 2 stages and 2 evaluations committee. And the first one, you will receive the invitation for the competition that it will be on, in situ, so in your countries of origin. Perfect. So now, as I was explaining before, you see all the different 4 lots, and I will pass the floor to my colleagues from BUSINESSMED. I don't know if it's Mokhtar or Mohammed that will be present this section. So the floor is yours.
Everyone,
Yes.
can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Thank you.
Great. Hi, everyone. Good evening, everyone. So my name is Mohammed Yusuf, and I'm happy to be here.
Sorry, Mohammed, can you raise your voice? Because we are hearing you a bit far away.
Can you hear me better now?
Better, thank you.
Thank you. So as I was saying, so my name is Mohammed bin Yusuf. I'm the project officer of Investmed. I'm glad to be here with you in order to share some important information about this important project. First of all, I would like to maybe explain how grants will be distributed during this project. So it's important to mention that through this project, we're giving a particular attention to the following categories of actions. The first one are related to startups, especially when it comes to development and implementation of new strategies, allowing to grow market share and sign new commercial contracts. So this is for the first lot. This first lot will give a maximum of 10,000 euros per beneficiary. This is for the first lot. When it comes to the second one, is related to the development and launching of new products and services. This category will also distribute a grant maximum of 10,000 euros per beneficiary. And when it comes to the third part, which is internationalization, by internationalization, we mean development and implementation of internationalization strategies business plan to enter cross-border market. For this category also, we will have 10,000 euros per beneficiary. And we have the last category, which is Ccr Projects, as mentioned by Christina. This category will include actions that will have to develop, to create products, definite all kind of preservation of goods and services with embodied cultural, artistic, or other creative expressions. For this particular, we will go to 20,000 euros per project. So this is how grants are going to be distributed through those 4 categories. Now, I would like to walk you through some eligibility criteria. So it is important, I don't know, can you pass to the next slide maybe, Justina? Thank you. So now we go through the eligibility criteria. We have 3 types of criteria that we should take into consideration. The first one is related to the actors. Second one is related to activities. And the third one is related to costs. So when it comes to actors, we have criteria that are related to the lead applicant. If it's going to be a league or a assembly of many companies, or is going to be a single application. So maybe to give more details about this aspect. So in order to be eligible for a grant, the lead applicant must first of all be a legal entity or a group of legal entities. So it depends on the country, because it depends on legal statutes that are present in each country. We can specify this maybe later. And now, when it comes to criteria that are related to the activity, maybe to share some. Yes. So when it comes to activities, sub-grants, or we have to take into consideration, first of all, sectors or themes. So we are sidelong targeting especially three important sectors: green economy sector, in which the economy activities, infrastructures, and assets of the sector enable the reduction of carbon emissions and pollution, also improve energy and resource efficiency, and avoid the loss of biodiversity and ecosystem services. This is the first part. The second one is related to the blue economy sector. We are interested in this target also. And by blue economy sector, we mean every action that are related to the ocean, seas, lakes, rivers, and costs to promote economic growth, social inclusion, and the preservation or improvement of livelihood while avoiding environmental and ecosystem degradation. When it comes to the first and last sector, it's about the creative and cultural business cases that refers to enterprises engaged in the production or reproduction, promotion, distribution, or marketing of goods, services, and activities with content derived from cultural, artistic, or heritage origins. It includes arts and culture, design, and media. Yeah. When it comes to the location, so we have two restrictions regarding Tunisia, because we are targeting actions that are taking place in Mednin, Gabes, Sfax, Madia, Monastir, Sousse, Nabil, Ben Arous, Tunis, Ariana, Benzert, Beja, and Jadouba. Also, we have some restrictions when it comes to Egypt that I would like to also share with you. So,
you have it in the presentation, Mohammed, if you want.
Yes, just 1 moment. Actually, I can't. Yes, now I can see it clearly. Thank you. So when it comes to Egypt, we are targeting applicants that are based in Marsa, Matruh, Al-Iskandariya, Al-Buhaira, Kafr. So if I'm misspelling or mispronouncing the regions, you can intervene. Kafr Sheikh, Kafr Sheikh, Ad Dakhliya, Dumyat, Ash Sharkhia, Al-Ismailiyya, and Bursaid. So those sectors are eligible. Also, it is important to mention that all the financing, this project will take 90% maximum of financing. So we have 10% that should be brought by the candidate to ensure to financement for these actions or project. So I think that's it. Maybe now I will pass to Mokhtar to give us more details about the costs criteria. I don't know if Mokhtar can hear me.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so hi everyone. I'm the financial manager of the Investmed Project, now for Investmed. So just to add some quick notes for the eligibility criteria. So the sub-grant, as my colleague Mohammed mentioned, so the sub-grant will take the form of reimbursement of costs with the co-financing of 10% from the sub-grantee. So and for the reimbursement of costs, only eligible costs will be reimbursed. So to be eligible under this call for proposal, costs must comply with the with the provisions of the Article 9 and the sub-granting contract that you will have in the Annexes 5 of the sub-granting scheme. So the sub-grant applicant also will have to agree that the expenditure verifications of the sub-grant contract will be carried out by our auditor, the auditor of the project, and the leader beneficiary BUSINESSMED. So just a quick notes from eligible costs and ineligible costs. So some examples for the ineligible costs. These are not the eligible. So we have the debts and debt services charges. We have the costs declared by the applicants and financed by another action. The purchases of lands, buildings, etc., currency exchange loss, duties, VAT, the fines, penalties, and expenses of litigation, for example. And for the eligibility of costs, they need to be, the costs should be incurred during the implementation of the action and paid before the submission of the final report. They are also need to be indicated in the budget, and they are necessary of the implementation of the action, and they are identifiable and verifiable. And they also, they have to comply with the requirements of application tax and social charges for every country that is when it comes to the case. So in brief, those are the eligibility criteria for the sub-granting. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mohammed and Mokhtar. Just to add one thing, second. I don't know if there are participants from Lebanon. Here, be a legal entity. Also, we accept the EcoSwitch. So it will be a group of legal entities, just to let you know. In any case, all the specificities that Mohammed presented, you will find them in the guidelines. Okay, so there you have all the specificities and all what it means being a legal entity. So you will find everything in the guidelines. Okay, and now to conclude the presentation, I will pass the floor to my colleagues from EMEA to explain how to apply and when to apply.
Okay, thank you, Christina. Good afternoon to all. As my colleagues are explaining to you, the way that you can apply your proposals, you have to go, first of all, to identify all the guidelines. So the guidelines, you will, if you could please, maybe can click the link, Christina. Exactly. So all the documents that will be guiding you for filling properly the application form, you will find them in the link provided. Yes, or I can put it on the chat.
Yeah, wait a second, I'm sharing with you the screen.
Okay, thank you. So you will see the announcement. You can also find it on the project website of any program. But here in this link is where you can find all the repository of the documents, the reference documents that you need to download and to read carefully to see which are all what Christina and Mokhtar were explaining, which are the eligible conditions that you need to fulfill. So here you can have them. There is a first brochure. It is provided in French, English, and Arabic. Although the application must be in English, I mean, the whole implementation is mainly in English, and in some cases can be you can find documents all over the project in French versions also, and some in Arabic. But mainly the implementation, it's going to be in English. So this is exactly okay. So if we come back to the presentation, perfect. So once that you download all the documents, all the reference and the guidelines, you will find the application form, and then to send it into this email, investmed@iemed.org. So if you have any doubts, also you can address to this email. So I will go to the next slide, and to make to the point. So what you have to submit and to send into this email are three documents. One, the application form, which you will find them in the guidelines and in the supporting documents. The Annex 3, the proposal of your budget. So whatever that you are proposing, you have to include an estimation of a budget. What do you think that this will cost? And then the third document is the minimis declaration for a subgrantee. That means that you accomplish and you declare that you are not receiving another public funding, or you are that you are stating the truth in the documents that you are sharing with us. Then there are some requirements in the filling of these documents, especially for the application form. So the files, when you send it, please should be included in a compressed folder, and not it is not allowed to submit it through a temporary link, with transfer or a cloud, because this will avoid us to download it properly. So we prefer to send them in a compressed folder. There are Word files, so they are easily be uploaded as in a normal email. Then applications sent by any mean or delivered to other email addresses will be rejected. So you must go and send it to the email that will appear. I think Christina and IEMed colleagues, they will send you this presentation. Then all documents must be signed. This is also important to be eligible and to be accepted, the submission. Only applications in English or French will be accepted, and young people under 35 and women of all ages are particularly encouraged to apply. It doesn't mean that the other ones are excluded, but we will the call and the project makes a special emphasis in this target of the population. So yes, the timeline. This is also an important dates to consider and to take note. First of all, the deadline for requesting any clarifications from the Subgrant Management Coordinator, it's the 6th of January. That means that we recommend you to download the guidelines, to read them. So if you have any doubt, this is the moment to do it, and to address any question or any of course, today it's an info day, but if later on you find out any question, make it before the 6th of January. Then by the 13th of January, it's the last day in which clarifications are issued by the project lead beneficiary. So answers will be received until the 13th of January. The deadline for submission, all the applications, will be 16th of January. Then we will communicate to the applicants an invitation. So this will be like 2 stages. So a first stage will be this selection of finalists by the 23rd of February, and they will be invited for a local pitch competition. That means that the most interesting proposals that are submitted by them, they will be invited to present themselves as a pitch competition. That will be it will be during the month of March 2022. The exact date we will define it later on, but this will be during the month of March. Then the publication of the final list of the selected cases will be by 11th of April. So you will see that it's a process that it's taking several months. So it is worth it, as I was saying, that you read carefully the guidelines. If you have now any kind of doubts, I see that on the chat there are several questions. So I think that today it will be a good moment to clarify. And just to finalize, as Christina was mentioning, one of the things that we, as a project, we are offering as part of the implementation of the project is to be part of the Investmed community, through the engagement platform. So later on, if you get selected, you will be invited to form part of these community, and to be able to exchange and have also important, and to build your network also through the experiences that we're building through the training program, and of course the sub-granting program. So I give the floor back again to Christina. Good luck.
Thank you very much, Cynthia. Here we have all the partners, as I explained at the beginning of the presentation. Just to clarify, yes, so all the documents that you will find online, so in the link, in the first link that I showed to you, they are in English, but of course you can apply in both languages, French and English, that it will absolutely acceptable. Yes, another thing that I wanted to clarify is the list of annexes. So as I show you, you will find the different brochures for the different countries, Lebanon, Tunisia, and Egypt. And later you have the package of documents, the lot of documents for each country. You will find 6 annexes, so 6 documents. So note that you will find the Annex 1, which is the guidelines, that document, the mother document, we call it, that is the guide for following all the specificities, all the eligibility criteria that Mohammed explained, everything, all the timeline again, everything that you will need to know for apply. Then you have 2 different documents for information, which is the evaluation grid and the contract, the standard sub-grant contract. This is information because it has to be everything transparent, and you need to know how it works the evaluation committee, how it will be the contract, but this you don't have to fill it up, okay, for the application form. And then the other 3 documents is what Cynthia explained. Okay, so the application form, the budget, and the minims. Okay, just to let you know, because you will find also plenty of documents, but for the application form, it's only 3 that it has to be filled up. Okay, so I will now go for the questions. I see few questions, sorry. Wait a second. If you have also later on, because this presentation will be recorded, as I told you, and I will keep it in YouTube. So if you have later on more questions, you can send an email to the email address that is shared on the screen, Investmed at IEMed.org. Sorry, Cynthia.
No, there are 2 persons raising their hands. So
yes, of course. Yeah, I wanted to collect first the questions, but yeah. So Samira, you can talk. Vous pouvez parler si vous voulez, Samira.
Oui, bonsoir.
Bonsoir.
Bon, mon internet a été coupé à certains moments. J'ai pas entendu toute la conférence, mais par conséquent, j'aimerais comprendre ce que vous avez, les grandes lignes de ce que vous avez présenté tout à l'heure. Voilà.
Donc, vous voulez une traduction un peu, non?
Française.
D'accord. Donc, je vais faire un résumé parce que
oui,
sinon,
ça.
on va pas
en toute vitesse, les grandes lignes, juste les grandes lignes.
Exactement. Donc, sinon, je fais un petit résumé parce que sinon, on va aller trop loin. Et sinon, vous pouvez m'écrire un email et je partage avec vous la présentation en français. Comme ça, je crois que c'est plus facile. Mais sinon, je vais faire vite résumer, hein, parce que, et voilà. Donc, les aspects les plus importants peut-être. Donc, les objectifs, je ne vais pas le présenter parce que vous les avez sur l'agenda. Donc, il y avait un document partagé avec tous les objectifs de Investmed et aussi dans les brochures, vous avez tout en arabique et en français. Donc, ça, on peut aussi consulter dans les documents. Donc, voilà. Donc, ça, c'est important quand même, l'éligibilité. Donc, je disais tout à l'heure qu'il faut être un legal entity. Donc, pour les spécificités, il faut regarder les guidelines parce que ça, il y a vraiment la loi de chaque pays. Donc, si aussi vous avez question de ce point, il faut quand même les demander par mail. Si vous ne comprenez pas tout ce qui dit dans les guidelines, parce que là, il y a vraiment toutes les spécificités de qu'est-ce que ça veut dire un legal entity. D'accord? Parce que ça, c'est vraiment concernant la loi de chaque pays, la loi de MSMEs et tout ça. Après, ce qui c'est important, vous venez de Tunisie, c'est ça, non?
Oui.
D'accord. Donc, il faut vraiment lire les guidelines, donc parce que c'est les documents mères de tout ça. Et après, pour la Tunisie, les régions éligibles, ce sont tout ça.
D'accord.
D'accord, ça c'est aussi important.
Oui. Et je vois. D'accord.
Après, il y a le 10% des coûts qui sont à payer par le bénéficiaire. Donc, on finance le 90%, les 90%, désolé, de les subgrants. D'accord? Ça, il faut le compter parce qu'après, quand vous organisez un peu le budget, ça, c'est aussi important. D'accord?
Oui.
Après, pour déposer le dossier, ça, c'est vraiment aussi important. Donc, ici, il y a le lien que je partageais tout à l'heure. Et du coup, là-bas, vous trouvez le brochure en français, arabique et anglais. Et là-bas, c'est plus ou moins la présentation qu'on a fait tout à l'heure. Et tous les dates aussi de déposer le dossier, de demander les questions. Et ça, vous le trouverez aussi en français. Il faut aller sur le lien. Vous trouvez la brochure et vous trouvez tous les documents à télécharger. D'accord?
Oui.
Donc, dans les documents à télécharger, il y a en total 6 documents. Donc, il y a 3 documents qui sont informatifs. Donc, il y a les guidelines, donc le document mère que je parlais, avec tout, c'est un peu toutes les instructions le subgrant. D'accord? Après, vous trouvez les contrats et vous trouvez Evaluation Grid. Ça, c'est informatif. Pourquoi? Parce que ça doit être tout transparent. Donc, il faut que vous saviez aussi qu'il y a un contrat et qu'il va suivre les articles qu'il dit dans le document et aussi l'Evaluation Grid. Mais ça, il ne faut pas les compléter. Ça, c'est juste information pour vous.
Oui.
D'accord? Les documents qu'il faut compléter, c'est le application form, d'accord? Les budgets et le minimum declaration for subgrantee. Ça, c'est comme une déclaration d'honneur. Donc, on déclare que, voilà, on n'est pas dans notre procédure de financement européen, qu'on n'a pas, voilà. Ça, c'est comme une déclaration d'honneur. Et ces 3 documents, donc annexe 2, application form, annexe 3, budget, annexe 6, the minimum declaration for subgrantee. Ça, c'est les documents qu'il faut compléter pour déposer le dossier. Ça, c'est vraiment important.
Oui.
D'accord?
Oui.
Il faut postuler en envoyant un mail sur cette adresse mail, investmed@iemed.org. Désolé. Oui, parce que sinon ça sera avec la L. Oui. Et quoi d'autre? Voilà. Et il ne faut pas envoyer, genre, par exemple, alien, WeTransfer, ou ce qui, voilà, qui dépasse la date, parce que sinon, on le perdra. Il faut vraiment envoyer un mail avec tous les documents, donc les 3 documents qu'il faut, et pas avec un lien qui, voilà, qui parte, quoi.
Et le deadline?
Les deadlines, c'est voilà, j'arrive tout à l'heure, hein, j'arrive tout de suite, désolé. Donc, les applications, on peut le faire en français et en anglais. Ça, oui, c'est important, comme ça, vous saviez. Et voilà, les deadlines, c'est le 16 janvier. Donc, ça, c'est les timelines que vous trouvez aussi dans les brochures en français. Donc, il y a un deadline pour poser des questions parce que sinon, on n'a pas le temps avec les partenaires. Donc, c'est le 6 janvier pour poser des questions. Aussi, nous, comme organisation, on a le 13 janvier pour répondre les questions.
D'accord.
La deadline, hein, bien sûr. Après, vous avez la deadline des soumissions, donc des dépôts des dossiers, c'est le 16 janvier. Le 23 février, on dit la première sélection, donc j'expliquais aussi qu'il y a 2 stages, donc 2 parties. Dans la première partie…
2 phases.
2 phases, parfait. Merci beaucoup. Donc, il y a 2 phases. Dans la première phase, on sélectionne au minimum 72, 72 MSMEs, au moins. Après, la deuxième sélection, la deuxième phase, donc on invite ces MSMEs à une pitch competition. Donc, c'est une compétition. Et après cette compétition, on a la sélection finale. Donc, là-bas, on va sélectionner au moins 36, désolé, MSMEs. D'accord? Donc, il y a 2 phases. La première phase, donc le 23 février. Après, il y a la Local Pitch Competition, donc la compétition en mars 2022. Et après, la publication de la sélection finale, plus ou moins le 11 avril. D'accord? Je crois que ça, c'est le plus important. De toute façon, comme je dis, n'hésitez pas à poser des questions sur mail. Et on est disponible. On va faire aussi d'autres info day. Et comme ça, si vous avez encore des questions, vous pouvez toujours participer. Hein. Donc, ça, je crois que c'est le plus important. De toute façon, comme j'ai dit dans les brochures, vous avez les objectifs de projet, les objectifs de l'appel à subvention. Et c'est beaucoup plus clair peut-être. Hein. Je ne sais pas si vous avez d'autres questions, sinon je passe à la suivante question.
C'est bon, merci.
Merci beaucoup. Okay, so, okay, I'm starting. I'm on the phase on preparing the business plan. Is it possible to participate? So if you have your business plan ready to apply, then yes, but you have to see also the eligibility criteria on the guidelines, because the MSMEs has to be established for 2 years as minimum. You have to check it in each country because you have different criteria, different conditions for applying. But of course, if you have your business plan already prepared to send it, to apply, sorry, of course you can do it, but you have to check first of all the eligibility criteria in order to check how the law it goes in every country. That's for sure. Okay. It looks like, sorry, regarding the slides. D'accord. Maximum age of the legal entity. We don't have a maximum age. So as Tintle explained, under 35 years old, and women are encouraged to apply, that's for sure, because it's the last goal, the last objective of the project, of the Investmed Project, but we don't have a maximum age. Okay.
Can I have a question, please?
Yes, of course, sorry, Mohammed.
I am Dr. Mohammed Haidar. I just entered to the Zoom now just 5 minutes ago. I have two questions. There are some people who may be eligible according to all the criteria. However, they had entered, they don't have a legal company or entities. And they are working, they are not a startup, and all the evidence are present. So in this case, what can we do?
So if I understood properly,
yes.
So,
ou bien en français.
Voilà, c'est la même chose. Si vous voulez, oui, vous pouvez le répéter en français.
Ouais, la question, c'est la suivante. La question, c'est la suivante. S'il y a quelqu'un, c'est le cas de mon ami, quoi, il y a quelqu'un qui n'a pas une compagnie qui est enregistrée, mais il n'est pas un start-up. Donc, il a déjà commencé depuis longtemps. Est-ce qu'il, lui, peut enregistrer ou non?
Mais normalement, la condition, c'est d'être enregistré 2 ans avant de postuler.
Ouais.
Donc, ça, c'est la condition principale. Après, ça, c'est... Oui, mais il travaille quand même comme start-up depuis longtemps, vous m'avez dit. Ils travaillent comme start-up depuis longtemps, mais ils ne sont pas enregistrés. C'est ça la question.
Oui, il est expert. Il a travaillé beaucoup. Il a un moyen dimension compagnie, donc c'est pas petit, c'est pas grand, mais il travaille depuis longtemps, mais comme un travail de famille, quoi, pas plus.
D'accord. Mais j'ai vous dit... Oui, Antoine, vas-y. Ah non. D'accord, donc normalement, je vous dis déjà que ce n'est pas possible parce que c'est 1 an avant la registration, pardon, l'enregistrement, désolé. Mais ce que vous pouvez faire, c'est envoyer les cas en concret par mail et comme ça, on peut checker avec le partenaire. Vous êtes de Tunisie, c'est ça?
Non, je suis libanais.
Ah, d'accord. Donc, sinon, on peut checker avec le partner le local partner et pour voir si, cas par cas, on pourrait quand même accepter. De toute façon, je vous dis déjà que ce n'est pas possible parce que la condition, c'est clair dans l'Eligibility Criteria parce que c'est 1 an. C'est 1 an. Désolée, j'ai dit 2 ans, mais c'est 1 an, c'est vrai. Mais vous pouvez quand même envoyer le cas concret et voir s'il y a un enregistrement quelque part pour voir si c'est éligible. Bien sûr, on peut faire ça. Vous pouvez m'envoyer le dossier avec tout ça et on voit avec les local partners dans ce cas-là. Ça, on peut le faire.
D'accord. Une deuxième question, je m'excuse de nouveau. C'est quel type de projet, parce que j'ai pas commencé au début, quoi. Quel type de projet vous donnez, vous subventionnez en cas d'être sélectionné?
Donc, je vous partage tout à l'heure. Vous avez tout ça aussi sur le lien.
OK.
Attendez, parce que sinon, voilà, il y a des gens qui ont déjà entendu la présentation. Donc, ça, c'est les objectifs about le projet. Donc, ça, c'est les projets éligibles. Mais tout ça, vous les avez sur le lien. Et sur le lien, vous trouvez la brochure et les guidelines. Et là, il y a vraiment toutes les spécificités du projet, tous les critères éligibles et tous les, tous les timelines, le deadline et tout ça. D'accord? De toute façon, c'est ça les projets. Vous voyez l'écran?
Oui.
D'accord. Donc, c'est ça le projet qu'on finance. Ça, c'est, voilà, les secteurs, the green economy, blue economy, and creative and cultural industries. Et ça, c'est vraiment les projets qu'on va financer. Hein? D'accord? Donc, lot numéro 1. Donc, ça, c'est 10 000 € par beneficiary. new products and services, aussi des 1 000 euros, internationalization, 10 000 euros et CCI Projects, 20 000 euros par projet. D'accord?
Okay.
Merci beaucoup, Mohamed.
Merci pour vous. Je suis désolé parce que je suis
Pas
en
de
retard.
souci. Pas de
Pas comme
souci.
avant. Merci.
D'accord. Donc, j'ai notre, I have another hand. Yes, Montassar, you can talk.
Hello.
Hello.
Thank you for the presentation. I'm Montasser from Tunisia. My question is about for the condition to the submission in this program. In the case of someone who have legally created his startup, but in many conditions, like in Tunisia, he closed. We call it the patent for a person for projects for just a person. Can he submit in this case? And maybe if he will be accepted, he will open the patent again.
I was muted. So
You understand me?
yes. So I don't know if I understood the question. Maybe wait a second. So you say that you are registered in Tunisia as a startup.
Yes.
After 1 year.
Yes.
Okay, it's perfect.
In 2019, I think I opened it, and in 2021 she's closed because we have another problem with the government. So until now we stay until we find a solution to reopen it again.
Okay.
So
basically,
yes, and we work in the green economy, and we have another model of development of our project.
Okay, so basically you register.
Yes.
Like in more than 1 year, it has been closed, and now you reopen it again.
Okay, we wish to reopen it now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And the total amount of time that you have been registered is not 1 year then.
I think in August 2019.
Yes, but when it has been closed?
In December 2020.
Okay, so in this case, you will have to send me also the dossier, because we will have to check with the local partners, because this is really a specific case. Because it's true that you have been registered on time, so you could apply normally, but in this case of being closed, I don't know if they will accept the committee. You understand? So in this case, you will have to send me an email also, and I have to check it with the legal department and the local partners, because it's a really specific case.
Yes, in Tunisia, when you have another activity, you must close your patent until you solve this problem.
Okay,
but so, it's not a big problem, just a legally problem.
Yes. Exactly. So yes, please. I am saying also to everyone, if you have also specific cases like the Montassar, please send me your dossier and your explanation, so we can also ask it to the legal department and to see in each country, because this, I mean, me right now, I don't know, because I don't know the law from all the countries. For the moment, it looks like it's okay, because you registered yourself 2 years ago, but I don't know if we have to suspend this time that you have been closed. You understand? So you have to say to everyone who has also specific cases, please send me your dossier to this email address, please, and I will check it also with the local partners.
Okay, thank you, Christina.
Thanks to you.
Thank you.
So I don't know if someone has the hand raised. Otherwise, I'm going ahead with the questions. Can you share the link of application? Yes, I share it already. Perfect, Alana. Thank you very much. So if I'm not incorporated yet, then I wouldn't be eligible to apply for this call. As I told you, normally not, because the conditions are the conditions, as it says in the guidelines. Of course, if you have a specific case, as for example, Montasar or Mohammed, that they have been, Mohammed, for example, has been working, his friend, if I remember properly, has been working as a startup for many years, but is not registered. In this case, the first reaction, I would say no, is not eligible, but if it's a specific case, please send it to me by email address so we can study case by case, okay?
Bonjour Christina.
Bonjour Myriam.
J'ai une question. J'ai
Oui.
une entreprise culturelle
Oui.
éligible depuis 4 ans. Est-ce que je peux postuler ou non?
Oui, bien sûr, parce que c'est depuis 1 an qu'il faut être enregistré. Donc, vous êtes éligible maintenant.
Juste une question. Comment on peut dire, c'est très important qu'elle soit une start-up ou non?
Non, il faut, attendez. Donc, je vais peut-être partager. Be a legal entity. Donc, ça, il faut vraiment lire les conditions de chaque pays. Donc, be a legal entity. Donc, vous avez... donc, je peux
Be a legal entity, it means that you have to be registered 1 year ago, but
Voilà.
it doesn't mean that it is a startup. It could be
Exactly.
startup, it could be companies that is existing from years ago.
Exactly. So,
but registered.
So Myriam, en fait, c'est celle que Mohamed vient de dire. Donc, je voulais quand même partager avec vous. Donc, dans les conditions, il dit vraiment be a legal entity et après, c'est avec des spécificités de chaque pays. Qu'est-ce que ça veut dire? Legal entity. Donc, par exemple, en Égypte, il faut peut-être avoir 200 travailleurs par entreprise. Après, par exemple, en Tunisie, j'ai dit par cœur maintenant, je sais pas par cœur, hein, mais par exemple, en Tunisie, il faut avoir 100 travailleurs, 100 employés par entreprise. Donc, ça, il faut que vous lisez bien les conditions de qu'est-ce que ça veut dire legal entity dans chaque pays. D'accord?
D'accord.
Merci bien. Au Liban, combien d'employés on doit avoir?
Mais ça, je ne peux pas partager. Attendez, je vais essayer de partager les documents parce que ça, il faut lire vraiment les guidelines. Hein,
moi, je demande cette question-là parce qu'il y a une chose très importante au Liban. Au Liban, quand on a des ouvriers qui ne sont pas libanais, et ça existe dans la majorité des cas, la majorité des entités légales, il y a beaucoup parmi eux qui ne sont pas libanais et qui ne sont pas enregistrés comme employés. Ils touchent son salaire sans être enregistrés. Est-ce que ce sont des employés qui sont parmi le nombre des employés qu'on doit avoir ou bien ce nombre-là des Syriens, par exemple, au Liban, n'appartient pas au nombre des ouvriers?
Mais si l'entreprise a enregistré les employés comme employés, ça, voilà, n'importe de quelle origine ils sont, sauf qu'ils sont bien enregistrés à l'entreprise.
Ça, c'est clair.
Parce que c'est une des conditions.
Il y a des centaines, des milliers des fermiers qui existent au Liban, qui ont des employés, mais ces employés, dans les postes principaux, ce sont des Libanais. Alors, dans les autres postes, ne sont pas des Libanais et ne sont pas enregistrés. C'est ça la question.
Ah, qu'ils ne sont pas enregistrés. Bon, je ne sais pas quoi dire maintenant. Il faut aussi que vous... Mais s'il y a quelqu'un, c'est votre cas, parce que si c'est votre cas, peut-être qu'il faudra aussi envoyer ce dossier par mail et voir si on peut l'accepter. Parce que à la fin, c'est l'entreprise qui doit être enregistrée.
Tout à fait.
Voilà, c'est l'entreprise. Voilà, maintenant, je viens de partager avec vous. Donc, be a legal entity. Donc,
Madame, au Liban, quand on
Ouais.
dit entreprise enregistrée,
Ouais.
ça veut dire deux choses. Ou bien société, petite société, ou bien entreprise. Donc, quand on dit entreprise, on parle de 40 jusqu'à, non, je ne sais pas combien, 500.
oui,
1000
vous avez les conditions, exactement. Je viens de partager le document pour ça, vous voyez. Où est-ce que vous trouvez la condition? Donc, là, ce document, c'est d'Égypte, par exemple. Donc, startup ou entreprise, as less than, dans les cas d'Égypte, c'est moins de 200 employés. Dans le cas de Lebanon, du Liban, il faut regarder ces documents au Liban parce que là, il dit exactement le numéro d'employés qu'on peut accepter comme organisation légale. Je sais pas
ça veut dire que selon les conditions ou bien selon les conditions de la ministre du Travail, la classification de la ministre du Travail. Ça veut dire, au Liban, par exemple, je vous donne un exemple. Au Liban, quand on a 3 employés, ça peut être une entreprise. Mais quand on a 200 000, je ne sais pas combien, il y a une classification de tel nombre à tel nombre, c'est une petite entreprise, puis moyen, plus grand. Mais la classification, ça change d'un pays à un autre selon le nombre de la population de la pays. En Égypte, on a 100 millions. Au Liban, nous sommes 3-4 millions.
Exactement. C'est pour ça qu'on a fait un document différent par chaque pays. Ça, c'est les documents pour Égypte parce que c'est la première que j'avais avec moi. Mais vous trouverez le document pour le Liban dans le lien que j'ai partagé avec vous. C'est ça que je dis. Donc, là, par exemple, j'ai mis l'exemple d'Égypte parce que c'est le premier document que j'ai ouvert. Mais vous trouverez exactement la classification. Donc, dans les documents du Liban, vous trouverez, par exemple, understood in Lebanon as less than, j'invente maintenant, 100 travailleurs, 100 employés, par exemple.
OK.
C'est ça, parce que c'est pour ça qu'on a fait 3 différents documents pour chaque pays, parce que chaque pays a sa propre loi. D'accord?
D'accord.
Et après, si vous êtes éligible à Liban, il n'y a rien à faire avec le GIP parce que vous postulez, vous déposez votre dossier au Liban. Le Liban, c'est qui va avoir tous les critères éligibles et les Libans, et on va tous sélectionner, mais en fonction de la loi du Liban, pas en fonction de la loi d'Égypte, bien sûr. C'est pour ça qu'on a fait 3 différents documents. Oui? Je ne sais pas si c'est clair, sinon, vous pouvez encore demander. Hein?
C'est clair, c'est clair.
Parfait, Mohamed. Merci beaucoup. D'accord. Donc, je n'ai pas une patente, mais j'ai un document d'enregistrement comme artisan à l'Office national de l'artisanat en Tunisie. Voilà, comme j'ai dit tout à l'heure, il faut envoyer ce type de dossiers qui sont vraiment spécifiques à l'adresse mail. Parce que maintenant, moi, je ne suis pas avocat de chaque pays, donc je ne connais pas par cœur les lois de chaque pays. Donc, il faudra... Donc, il faudra que vous m'envoyiez pour ce type de dossiers qui sont plus spécifiques, m'envoyer le dossier, comme ça je vois avec mes partenaires locaux. D'accord? Donc, là, par exemple, je ne sais pas quoi dire à cette question. D'accord?
Madame, je n'ai pas copié le link. Est-ce que je peux avoir le link?
Bien sûr, bien sûr. Donc, je le copie de nouveau. Votre adresse mail, s'il vous plaît. Donc, c'est l'adresse de Investmed. Donc, je la copie de nouveau. Attendez. C'est investmed@IEMed.org. D'accord? Investmed, d'accord. Vous l'avez sur la présentation, sur l'agenda que je partageais avec vous dans tous les réseaux sociaux. Quoi d'autre? Donc, les liens, Mohamed, vous... Ah, voilà. Thank you, Alana.
Oui.
So, also the link is shared again for those who didn't see it yet. And in this link, you will find the brochure in the 3 different languages, Arabic, English, and French. Also to see all the goals, the conditions, the eligibility criteria, the timeline, the eligible territories of each country. You will find everything, and then you will find the documents to be downloaded. Okay?
Okay. Can you show us the link just to photocopy it or to?
Yeah, yes, you have it here. Je viens le partager dans le chat, Mohamed. Donc,
Okay.
si vous
Sur le
avez,
chat,
voilà.
okay.
Donc voilà, il y a dans l'onglet à la fin, il y a participants, chat et partage d'écran, j'imagine. Donc là, dans le chat, il y a le lien. Oui.
Ah, I see. Euromed dash economist, no?
Voilà, c'est ça. So, what else? Corporation. Location. Ah, yes, about the location. The eligible location must be mentioned in the legal papers or in the company. So, so the company has to be registered in one of the eligible territories. This is what it means. So basically the eligible territories, this is really important. So the company, startup or enterprise has to be registered in one of the eligible territories. And the implementation of the project also, it has to be implemented in one of the eligible territories, okay? By the way, in the case of the Lebanon, is all the whole country. We don't have specific territories. Okay. What if the project? This I already answered. I think I answer everything. Just raise your hand if I didn't answer your question, please, because I got a bit lost from one question and another. I think I answered everything. Je crois que j'ai tout répondu. Vous pouvez lever votre main si j'ai pas répondu votre question, parce que je me suis un peu perdue d'une question à l'autre. Et sinon, comme j'ai dit tout à l'heure, as I said before, you have the email, and please send the specific cases if you have questions about registration. Mostly the questions are about registration, which is also very important criteria. Okay, so I give you 2 more minutes if you have other questions.
Thank you very much. It was clear.
Okay.
And we'll open the link and we'll see everything, all the eligibility criteria, all the conditions needed, and we'll inshallah apply according to the conditions if we'll be eligible, if you are eligible.
Thank you, Mohammed. And as I told you, it will be organized other information days in case you want to also attend to the next ones. So you are absolutely invited.
Okay, just one question, Madam, sorry, because many questions from the same side. But we have in Lebanon, in the agricultural field, a lot of farms that, and we have a lot of problem related to energy. You know, in Lebanon, the situation, the economic one is, we have a lot of problems, and we don't have electricity even, just from the generators. So in this case, solar energy or is very important, and we have a lot of farms, working in the domain of agriculture, poultry, chicken, milk productions, and something like that. In this case, does these forms could apply if they are eligible in case they are a legal firm?
Yes. So now, as you are explaining to me, I would probably accept it. Of course, it has to be justified depending of the objectives of the project. But you see, green economy is large as a sector. So if you really justify it in your dossier, in your application form, everything related with green economy, it could be accepted. You understand? So you really have to justify it properly because it's your application form, and as more things you will put related to this objective, to this goal, to this sector, better would be, because more possibilities to be accepted you will have.
Yes, this is clear.
You see that green economy is a large sector, is a large objective, so you have really to justify it properly.
Yes, because green economy, when we talk green economy, we talk sustainable development. Exactly. And really, there is a mode today in Lebanon. Most of the people are going toward the green economy, especially in this case where we have 21, 22 blackout hours per day. So it's a lot of energy, and the price of diesel is very high. That's why it could be eligible from the money-wise and from the terms and conditions of the projects.
Of course, Mohammed. Okay. Yes, we know, we are also aware of what is happening in Lebanon, so also, because we encourage very much the country to apply, of course. By the way, you have in Lebanon this eco switch. I already explained it to you, but it's an eco switch. Yes, like legal status, let's say, that also you can apply as an eco switch. So it means it is a legal group of entities. So yes, you have to check it. I don't know how it works really like in detail, but also if you are a group of legal entities, you also can apply, because you have this eco switch in Lebanon that it's also eligible for the application. Okay.
Okay, so clear.
Perfect, Mohammed. Thank you very much for sharing all these questions.
Thanks for you.
Okay, so do you have another question? I think most of the participants already left. Yes?
Another question. NGO can submit in this program or no? NGO.
Let me just a second.
For NGO, non-governmental organization.
I think it's sure.
Sorry, Montasar, no, an NGO cannot apply. Okay.
Okay.
Because that would be a non-profit organization. Okay. And non-profit organization is not an eligible criteria. Okay.
Okay, I understand. Okay, thank you.
Perfect. You're welcome. Okay. Okay, so I think we can conclude the information day. That it has been yes, really interesting, also with all the questions that you put. I don't know if my colleagues want to say something else. Francesca, Cynthia, or Alana, I don't know who else is here. Okay, so I think I'm going to conclude the presentation, the information session. As I repeated many times, you can contact us by email address. Also send us the specific cases, because we have really to check with the local partners and all the legal departments, because it's really specific. Also, you can participate in the other info days that we will organize later and the following weeks, we hope. And nothing, thank you very much to everyone to participate in this information day. And thank you also to my colleagues and the partners for all the support. Merci beaucoup à tout le monde pour votre participation. Vous êtes absolument invités au prochain Information Days. Et n'hésitez pas à me contacter par mail pour envoyer tous les cas spécifiques qu'il faut qu'ils soient bien regardés, checkés avec les départements légaux de chaque pays. D'accord? Donc voilà, merci beaucoup à tout le monde et je vous souhaite un bel après-midi. Et voilà, et I encourage you also to apply to this program. Thank you very much.
Merci.
Merci.
Au revoir.
Merci beaucoup. Bonne soirée.
Bonne soirée. Au revoir. Voy a copiarme las preguntas porque así las tenemos para las próximas veces.